Alright guys, so this video is going to be another react video. It's a little prologue to it. It's going to be dealing with rlaarlo. Now, anybody that watches my channels knows I'm pretty critical on rlaarlo because I've had personal experiences with them that have been less than favorable. So that going into it, take that with my slant. Is I admit I have immediate bias. But you'll see today there's a crap ton of videos out now on the new XTS S10. And I noticed Vapor RC had one basically with his title is pretty much my view on it going into it, but we're gonna watch the video together and then I'm gonna maybe bounce around and talk about my feelings. It's why the hype doesn't add up anymore. I've always been critical of rlaarlo. We'll get into it when the video goes out. So this is just a prologue, so in a minute we'll come right back and we'll be on the screen capture. Alright, hopefully this lines up right and we get things rolling good. Again, this is Vapor RC. Give them a like and a sub. Again, this is my personal opinion, and I only watched the first minute or so, not even, and that's what he was basically starting to say. But before he even got into anything, I stopped. I was like, I'll do a react on this because I got some opinions myself. So let's get rolling.
Rlaarlo. What is the problem with rlaarlo? Some people are not going to like this video. You don't have to watch it. rlaarlo have gone down in my estimations by a lot. And there's a few reasons for this. One of those reasons I will come to later on in the video. But first of all, let's talk about the issues with rlaarlo as I see them. And these are my personal opinions. One of the issues that I see is support for cars that they brought out not years and years and years ago.
Now that's something that's the core of my problem. I've always loved the cars. The cars have been pretty cool. But my personal experience with their marketing team and with the quality of the products coming out, like a lot of the guys in the speedrun competition got lackluster products when they showed up, or getting parts was very difficult. I know a lot of people end up going to ZD or any other company that makes the same freaking cars, same freaking parts, and they're able to get them, but they can't get the ones from rlaarlo. So I totally get what he's saying, and that gets into something I hopefully he touches in on. From what I've seen from the videos of the guys that have done videos out there. Now, what I mean by that is I did a search for the XTS S10, and you'll see all these guys putting out new videos with these products today. This was coordinated. All of them today, within the last 17 hours, all today, which means it's a script. So hopefully he gets into that. Whether these guys said they liked it or disliked it, I haven't watched them all. Most of them seem they're pretty cookie cutter, rlaarlo. Anyway, so we'll keep going.
I'm on about cars they've brought out in the last 12 months, 18 months. The X12S disappeared off their website.
Yeah.
No parts, no car. So if you bought that car,
yeah,
you're going to have to find parts from elsewhere.
That's why I didn't buy one.
The ROG one, I think, is getting discontinued as far as I'm aware. And a lot of the older buggers
Juicy's
as well
makes
that
great
were on the rlaarlo webpage just all disappeared. Nothing from rlaarlo, why, or the reason, or anything like that. Just keep discontinued. And I know a lot of companies discontinue old cars. But
yeah,
rlaarlo,
but
not even an old
it's
company,
not even a year
been around that long. So why are they discontinuing
and
cars
the product
that
within a
they've
year
not actually had for that long? So when you go onto the rlaarlo website, as you can see here, literally you've got the AK917, the 787, the XTS S10, and then obviously you'll have the new XTS S10. So for me, that is not very good. For a company that's saying they put customers first, for me, that's not a very good sign. No. Secondly, what's with all the hype, rlaarlo? Why are you making such a big deal about a car the XTS S10 that's coming out, that is literally, and I know some people won't agree with this, but it's this car. It's the same chassis, same drivetrain.
You'll see that RC Kicks explains
same
that.
shocks, same shock towers. It's a little bit narrower because I put the narrow kit on it, which you can actually buy
use
for
the
this
TAMIYA
car.
body.
It's a new body, fair enough. New electronics. We'll see how good they are.
It's a 112, 110.
Come on, let's be real. They're not the greatest, and they are overpriced. That's why I always
the price
buy
that gets
rollers. This XTS S10 in a little bit more detail. Now, as you can see, it looks pretty awesome. You know,
it does look awesome.
It's not licensed, which is a bit of a shame. You know, rlaarlo earlier on in the year did promise us in a live that they were going to be bringing out some licensed cars, not just one, but quite a few.
Probably fell through. That's legal stuff.
They don't even mention them anymore. So this new Valley car, yes, it looks pretty awesome. It's got a more complicated way to get your body on and off than this version has. They're having problems with the electronics by the looks of it, from what reviewers have seen. I mean, why would you send out reviewers cars that are not ready? Sending out test cars, that's fair enough. But if you're sending it out to reviewers...
That brings up something. The ones I did watch, there was confusion. Some guys said 4S, then they take it back. Some guys, you know, they say they're pre-production models. Like RC Kicks, his video starts with him trying to upgrade the F to an S so that he can use a TAMIYA body. Exactly what basically happened. And his upgrade path was, you know, $80, $90. And you're talking about almost a $400 car here. And it isn't anything different than your low-C, you know, from the essence of it, the low-C NASCAR. I mean, it looks like it, you know. Like, I don't have either of those, so I don't have any to directly say that. But he's exactly right. I agree with him completely that it's, again, a rebrand of an older car that they've used. And that what they said that struck me is that most of these guys got pre-production cars, which means they're reviewing a product that isn't what you're going to get. So why even bother looking at it? If it's not ready, it's not ready. If you want people to test testers and then to give them test feedback, which they expect a lot of negative information, that's one thing. But to release a product like this and have all these videos go out at one day, that means that they probably did like an influencer thing where you get this car, but you have to do X, Y, and Z, which I don't fault the guys that are making the videos for that, because they're trying to get free cars and they're trying to build a relationship with these manufacturers so you get the products so that we can show to you guys. So there's this double-edged sword. I don't fault the guys for doing it. I more fault the company, because you're putting the YouTuber in a funny position where he's got to not lie. I do a lot of Amazon products, and mine are not necessarily reviews. I just show you me using them. Good, bad, or indifferent. If they break, you see me break it. If they're not broke, you know, I don't try to do cuts. I'm not trying to tell stories, and that gets back to I believe in. There's two kinds of videos. If you see a bunch of cuts and a bunch of edits and a bunch of cool stuff, somebody's telling you a story. It's almost like gaslighting. Where if there's no cuts and it's just you see what you get, you're seeing, like Kevin Talbot does that. He doesn't necessarily tell a story. Yes, he's got lots of cuts and stuff, but you see what he's doing. He's not trying to tell you this is good, this is bad, as much as this is what I'm playing with and this is what I think and this was fun. And like it's a little different. Anyways, sorry, not to get squirrel.
Was to review a car that the general public can buy in a couple of days, then that car should be exactly the same car.
See, saying the same exact
as
thing.
What you are going to buy and what reviews I've got, and that is not the case at all. It's not very good. It feels to me like they have just rushed this car to try and get it out.
X12S felt the same way.
Which is
they rushed it out.
Absolutely ridiculous.
They tried to stopgap it because of supply issues.
With a body option, so you can buy the Subaru body as well and fit it on this, instead of just hyping up this brand new car. That I will buy this car, I will get this car at some point, and I will do a review on it. Probably buy it from AliExpress.
Wait for manufacturing. See, he's doing it right.
It's quicker to get.
Wait till you get a manufacturer's model, bring it in like we did with GT Fan.
Maybe. But yeah, in my opinion, there's things on this car that they never fixed, that they've not fixed on the new S10. They've not fixed the 1.5mm hexes that are all over this car and on the chassis, which shouldn't really be on a 110 size car. Yes, the odd one, but not on the chassis plate.
It's because it's really 112.
48 pitch gear, spur and pinion. On a 3S 110th car, really should be a 32 pitch.
Yeah,
now people that have issues with gearing and stripping gears and things like that, because it's a 48 tooth, I don't understand why they've not done that. This car, to me, I've reviewed this car, and if you watch my videos on it, I'm very honest about it. It's a good car. Once you've tuned it, get the roller, put some hobby wing electronics in.
I do rollers
and it's
too.
a pretty good rally car, and it,
that way
their
electronics aren't part of the equation.
But they are over-engineered. They're hard to work on. And there's issues
nitwit problems
with this before
over-engineered. Simple's always better.
I don't think
Keep it simple.
rlaarlo wants to hear that. All rlaarlo are thinking about is the next car and getting that out as quickly as possible and selling as many units as they can. And that brings me on to what's really miffed me about rlaarlo. Their social media is full of miscommunications. I'm not going to say they lie.
It's gaslight.
But they certainly twist the truth.
Yeah.
And also, I'll show you this now.
They use AI a lot in communications, which that's
telling me more or less to take that.
They kind of, this touches on a subject. My communications with rlaarlo have always been pretty direct, and what I find, I even accuse them of this, like, are you AI? Are you even a real person? Because their responses were AI. Now that's partially language, I understand. I use AI to critique my messages that I send back and forth, but I put in the general data. And if you don't, I've been training my AI for over a year now, so it speaks like I speak, and it types like I type now. I've trained it to be more like me, not like the general public. It is an LLM. So them using that, by nature, the LLM gaslights, because that's what most people do on the internet, and it's using the internet to grab information. What I mean by that is they will double speak. They will say what you say, which is what you are taught in grammar school on how to write a sentence. You restate the statement and then give the answer, but they do it in a way that is always lean. All right, so my camera stopped for a second for some reason or another, so I'm not sure where I left off. But anyway, so I understand that there's some language issues and there's some stuff like that, and I tried to look past that. But like, for example, in the speedrun competition, we reached out to them to be a sponsor, like we did with Juicy and everybody else, and all of our current sponsors. And they said yes, no, and I was just, hey, can we get parts? They couldn't even give me those. They just forgot they even had that conversation, which leads me to think that they're actually letting the AI do most of the conversations. I'm not even sure they're reading what I'm saying, which could get to the crux of what he's saying here. So anyways, back to what we were talking. Back to this.
Now, a post I put up. I've put posts up about Traxxas, armour. I received from somebody at rlaarlo telling me more or less to take down a post I put up. I've put posts up about Traxxas, armour, Team Corrali. Nobody's ever got in touch with me, asked me to remove a post. That is ridiculous, and that has proper me off.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I would never ever work with rlaarlo. I will still.
All right, let's try this again. You see, I'm wearing different clothes, but my first reaction, the memory card pretty much failed, so we're just going to pick up where the video did carry off, and it's going to be a different. So it's not my initial reaction, but we still got 2 minutes left. And I agree with him on all points. So I might have lost some topics and some first thoughts, but we'll still finish off where we're at. So let's go.
As proper be off.
Yeah, I remember this part. So a little rewind.
Never ever work with rlaarlo.
I feel the same way.
I will still review their cars.
I feel the same way. I'll still have the 917 as our contestant car.
Right. Pretty much from the beginning. And if you look back through my videos, I've got a whole playlist on rlaarlo cars. and I've been very honest about my reviews on rlaarlo cars, which you're not always happy about, but my reviews are honest. Regardless, even if they sent me the cars, I would have still done the same reviews. But for me, I think the biggest issue with rlaarlo is, yes, they're a new company, but they're very naive. It's very childlike. You know, you go on their Facebook, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely.
And
they don't solve the problem.
RC community,
so,
and
like, what I've found is they'll tell you one thing, but then they don't follow up. That's kind of how I felt about the part. They said they were going to send parts for our group, and then they totally just acted like, you know, they went away for that week of trade show, and they come back, and then they don't, you know, they don't even want to do that. And I wasn't asking for anything. I like whatever they wanted to give. It was more to give back to the guys in the competition. That's the way I looked at it. And now I know a lot of my speedrun guys are all rlaarlo fanboys, which is fine. I like the cars. We're still using them for next year's comp. Anyways, so back to it.
Not
Squirrel.
good for RC in general, I don't think personally. There's a lot of videos out there saying, oh, they're going to change the game, you know, it's going to put pressure on these bigger companies.
I don't mind competition
like that in
it's...
business. Traxxas, Armour, even Team Corrales, even like MGX.
Yeah, you gotta look at supply chains, availability. The cars are in and out of stock.
Hundreds of thousands more units than rlaarlo. Rlaarlo are like this. And if you think that they're going to make a difference to RC, think again. It's a fallacy. Put down
I think they're a contributor. I don't go that far. Every car is a different car.
Absolutely cool. But I just wanted to make this video because for me, they're
he is salty.
And
I don't blame him at
all. They're not the company that I think they were. The passion was meant to be about RC and enjoyment, and it's just gone totally the other way. It's just
gone Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's not good. Thank you for watching. Happy RCing.
Let me bring you back. Well, what I was saying. Okay, so this might be what I was trying to get to in the other video. I want to thank Razor. Good video, brother. I agree with him pretty much on everything. But what I was talking about that I have to discuss, so I don't know how well I'm going to do it. If you see here, I did a search for the XTS S10, and you see all these guys. They got their videos out now. You guys know all these guys. If you're in our community, you see like Derby RC, you got TNT, RC Kicks. Now RC Kicks did something different. He was trying to build one with the parts kit that made them make the car. In my opinion, they realized that they had something there. But for $400, I'm not sure. Anyways, for $400, I can get a couple Tamiyas. I can get a Kyosho. But beyond RC, he'll probably be critical. He's critical of everybody, so that's expected, and I expect a standard. Now, I don't fault these guys at all for doing this. Do RC's got one. RC X-Bats, he always does a good one. But I don't fault them. Rec RC, I've been watching his forever, all the way back from the WL124008. That's where we became friends. Anyways, you see rlaarlo has one just out, RC Reviews, JTRC, but then rlaarlo had one 6 days ago. So now what's interesting is all these other guys, all within the last day. All of them. So it's a timed release. It's if it was the government, I call it a psyop. It's basically good or bad. You're getting all of this attention all at once, trying to drive traffic. And these guys, their cars, they openly admit that they're not the ones you're going to get. They're promos. They're, you know, something's going to be different. And they all had similar, like a few of them had similar problems with electric. So take it all aside, like RC Kicks is a completely different situation. He was making one, so he like combined 3 videos into one. So and that's the one I watched just most recently. I'll get to watching all the rest of these, but yeah, you get my point. Like this is there's no way this isn't planned. Like these guys were all told to put their videos out on a date, which I can see rlaarlo doing that, controlling the media flow. I get it, but I agree. I generally like the cars. I just don't like the price. They're overpriced for what they are. And I feel like a lot of it's smoke and mirrors and it's fake. Availability of parts is the #1 problem. Like he said, they took down all their other cars for whatever that's worth. Like the 14s and the 12s and all the buggies that got them into this world. You know, granted, everything they've done is a copy up until these cars here, which are still variations. Anyways, let me come back. I will stop this and be right back. So in closing, I'm not trying to poo-poo on rlaarlo, but I am. They need, you know, they got to get, what's the best word for it? Consistency is key. Good, bad, or indifferent. A successful company makes a consistent product. So if they consistently have a problem and they're known for having a problem and they're still doing well, that's because the rest of it outweighs the inconsistencies. You're going to find when they're trying to tell you something this way, what they did is they bought free advertising with some cars. Now this car must be big to them, so it must be important. For a bottom line, or you know, it's like anytime, generally when I find out a car's released is when they start selling it. Now this might be their start of sale date, so they wanted to have these out. All these things make sense in the way, the grand scheme of thing, and you can, that's the same way that the psyops work, is there's enough. It's not about what you consciously think, it's about what you subconsciously think, and when you're inundated with this car, it's to get you to buy it. So I get it. They're not getting my money anytime soon. Maybe Ollie or Banggood, I'll pay $200 once the price drops another 100, just like the X12. The X12S was started out over $250 and it's now $169 if you can even find it. Same with the other competitors of the same product. It's part of the who's out first gets the first bite until everybody else catches up. I'm rarely carded out. I never even bought one, but I'm tired of looking at them. I'm a buggy guy, so that's my deal. No, I'm not knocking the guys that like the rally cars. Go ahead, have fun. That's not what I normally enjoy. So anyways, like and subscribe, guys, and a big shout out to Vapor for an honest opinion. And yeah, we'll see where this goes. Maybe I'll get one of them. I doubt it. I doubt I'll get a rally car. If they came out with another buggy, I might think about it, but I didn't even get the X12S because I had such problems getting a hold of it. That's why I went to the AMX12 for the initial competition, you know, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys. And yeah, don't take me too serious. This is just me rambling. Peace.
Stay tuned for more, just getting started. Every guy you'll feel worried, everything you feel the right place. Right this way, you know you try. Going some nuts, a little taste by the light. It's great, we'll on your side. Don't like say that was right. Really like to play. Right place was 27, winning mile on get members. Right place, sucker, had a 2 spenders in.